Released in 1993, Magic the Gathering is the original trading card game. Designer Richard Garfield wanted a game that was fast, portable, and would hold up well over repeated play. Boy, did he nail all three. The game's runaway success has spawned dozens of knockoffs over the years. In fact, you'll be hard-pressed to find a trading card game that wasn't inspired by Magic. Even the juggernaut that was the 90s Pokemon trading card game owes some of its success to Magic. That being said, Magic has grown and changed a lot over the course of 20 years, and while Wizards of the Coast has tried to keep it beginner-friendly, it's still pretty daunting. I mean, come on, not even Walmart can make this game look consumer-friendly. But not to worry, I'm going to show you what you need to get started. Here's how the game works. You play as a Planeswalker, a powerful wizard with the ability to conjure creatures and various magics to fight your opponents. These powers are represented by a deck comprised of 3 card types. Creature cards are used to attack your opponent and defend yourself from their monsters. Spells can do things like make your monster stronger or force your enemy to throw away cards. Land or mana cards are the go-go juice that power all of your creatures and abilities. Each of these come in one of 5 elemental powers that all behave a little differently. Players take turns drawing and playing cards while carefully weighing the land cost of each. As the game goes on, more land cards on the table equal more actions per turn until the table is full of monsters and spells. In broad terms, the goal of the game is to use your monsters and spells to counter and defeat the ones your opponent plays, and ultimately drop his health to 0. There's a lot more to Magic than just that, but I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. If that Cliff Notes version of the game sounds cool, here's what you're going to need. Before you spend money on anything, there's 2 things I would suggest. First, ask around and see if any of your friends play. Odds are someone you know has a box of cards. Playing with an experienced friend is easily the most forgiving way to learn. If all of your friends are just as Magic ignorant as you, head on over to one of these digital stores and download an app called Magic the Gathering: Duels of the Planeswalkers. It's the video game counterpart and comes with a great free tutorial. If you tried Duels of the Planeswalkers and liked the digital format, the full version is fast, cheap, and has a lively online community. However, there is one drawback. As the beginner-friendly version of Magic, you won't have the option to build a custom deck. Instead, there's a collection of pre-made decks with limited customization options. The upside is your fun won't be hampered by building a lousy deck. The downside is your fun will be hampered when you finally want to build a deck. If that's a huge turnoff or you want the physical cards, here's how they work. Magic cards come in 2 strokes: core cards and expansion blocks. The core series is comprised of about 300 cards that have been in competitive rotation for years, the classic go-to cards that every player uses for a solid foundation. Expansions are just that, extensions of the core series that provide lots of different options. For a beginner, here's what I'm going to recommend. The first option is an intro pack. Intro packs are themed decks that are ready to use right out of the package. They come with 2 booster packs for tweaking your deck later on. At $15, this is the best option for players not comfortable with card games. If you're not sure what flavor to pick, check the Magic Wikipedia page for a rundown on how each of the 5 elements plays, or just pick the one with the coolest card on the front. If you want to dive straight into deck building or want to bulk up your intro pack, pick up a Deck Builder's Kit. These boxes come with a whopping 285 cards, and at around $20, they're easily the best bang for your buck. You'll notice the box says semi-randomized on it. This means that the cards come from a pared-down version of the core set for easier deck building. Buying 2 of these would give you a robust selection and enough cards for several strong decks. However, the semi-random thing means you'll probably want to move on to an expansion set after that. There are 3 other types of products you'll probably see in local retailers. Booster packs come with 15 random cards. These are a little pricey at $4 a pack, but buying full case of boosters makes it way more cost effective. Fat packs are boxes containing 6 boosters and some goodies. I'd skip these for now. Booster battle packs are meant to be a fun intro for new players with half-size decks. The new player part is true, the fun part is questionable. I really don't see the point of these. Building a deck with any of the above methods will put you into current Magic territory. This means you can go to your local game shop and play anyone there without a problem. It also means that you're probably tournament legal with maybe a few tweaks. However, if you don't care about playing competitively or just want to screw around with friends, there's a second cheaper and far weirder option: card lots. You see, the age and random purchasing methods for Magic means that there are millions of cards out there. People can only use so many of these cards, and the rest build up in large unwanted quantities. What's more, old cards eventually get phased out from being tournament legal. These 2 factors means that they can be bought secondhand for really cheap, and I mean really cheap. Want a lot of cards? Don't care about having a bunch of super rare shiny foil cards? Boom, $50. I'm not making this up. The great thing about buying cards this way is you'll always have plenty of cards for friends with a practically infinite number of possible decks to make. You'll definitely have enough cards to play what many consider the best way to play Magic, draft games. Draft games are a fan favorite where each player has to put together the best deck they can from a stack of randomly drawn cards. It's a fun, casual way to play that's great for any skill level, and I guarantee it ends with at least one memorable match. No matter how you end up playing, Magic will be one of those rare games you can come back to again and again for years to come. I'm Alex D, and that's what you nerd to know.